Good morning. This is Director of Photography Marlon Green. Today I want to touch on some keynotes and especially about Obamacare. Let me tell you from my perspective about Obamacare. Obamacare is not as inexpensive and as convenient as they make it out to be. Now, this is just from my perspective. First of all, I'm a disabled veteran. I have pre-existing conditions, but they don't have anything to do with the new health care bill. And but the treatment that I'm receiving even then is lackluster. You do not have a good health care or affordable health care bill if every time you need to use the health care, they take your premium from you that you are entitled that other people are responsible for. And there are a lot of things that the lawyers don't tell you when they take these auto personal injury cases, such as if anything is wrong with the police report, if you had to make quick and rush decisions because no one would help you, and all kinds of ins and outs that the insurance companies, the lawyers, and the third parties, they are just unwilling to cooperate. Now, when I got into an auto accident, I admitted fault and took responsibility and liabilities. Since then, I have had 3 accidents, not my fault, and they making me pay all of everything up front. That is not right, and that is not affordable. If I sign up for my premium to be $500, and then they rewrite it and don't tell me and raise the deductible to $1,000, that's not helping. That is not helping. And to the lawyers, that might be helping. That's not helping the consumers. And Obamacare is another disaster because I'm a veteran. I can't go to the VA just off top for an auto accident. Although there are ways to do that, I wouldn't recommend it. I wouldn't recommend mixing civilian and government unless you absolutely have to. This myth about Obamacare is affordable is just that. It's a myth because I'm a veteran. I only have VA health care. I'm disabled and can't work most jobs, and I can't even get to the hospital to uh, get my medical treatment so that I can get back to work. America is very abusive, and then they turn around and give these women all of this special treatment. That's why the country is going down the drain now. They follow these entities like these damn upside down stars, and they represent these groups, and they don't know what the hell that they're doing. I'm solid. And I saw an interesting video today about the aliens concept on God, nature, and existence. It was very interesting. And the aliens that were supposedly have evolved from us, which is hard to believe because I don't think that we can do time travel. I think we can shift from universe to universe and we still be on the same timeline. Now, the aliens say in most universes, so-called life as we know it can't exist. And if that's the case, we must be on a spiritual level because if life can't exist as we know it, the other part that we don't know, the spiritual side that we seek through God and seek through other methods, are still intact and are still capable of wandering and perceiving. Now, if we're so smart, how come we're going straight down the path that they warned us about? We haven't even admitted that global warming is real, and the world, mostly white folks and Arabs, still have not admitted that slavery is wrong. All of these religious and political dogmas are going to come back and haunt us. And just because you are capable of genetic genetically modifying DNA, it does not always mean that you're going to get health healthy benefits from it. Because before you perfect something, you have to do a lot of mistakes. And how much of mistakes are you willing to make and sacrifice other people's lives for your gain? And so the leaders of the world are not uh, easily persuaded by Israel tricks, and we African Americans, we have to go back to Africa and claim now, because our women are hoes, and all America does is breed weak men and weak women. And the next time Oprah Winfrey comes on television with a pastor, you go ahead on and repent it, because if you people like you and Beyonce that lead these girls astray, and at the end of their life they're unfulfilled, and you got to the top by means other than your talents. You're disgusting. You're disgusting. Y'all come on television with these half-ass truths, and you get people to buy into your idea, and your whole life is a fake. And not only that, you hate people with real talent. You really hate people with the real talent. And the last decades past, society has been breeding these weak genders so that they can take advantage of us. Those days are over, baby. If you don't like us, you're coming out of Africa. If we don't like you, you're coming out of Africa. I don't see why we should beg the white folks when we got Africa, and they cannot deny Africa from us. So we need to get our shit together. You high profile celebrities, get your ass in Africa. Exclude the Obamas, exclude the Clintons, exclude the royal families, because they have been glutting up everything for decades. And instead, people are finding out what their real nature are, and they don't want to be bothered. So in the media, they come up with more and more stories, sad stories, but I'm not buying it. You get out of life what you put in. That's the bottom line. And we don't have to live our lives under someone or some government that doesn't even respect us. We have friends, we have Asia, we have Russia, we have the United States. Let's make this shit happen instead of serving everyone else. You would rather be a puppet in somebody else's kingdom than rather have your own kingdom. They cannot defeat all of us, especially while they're fighting the white. The white man is fighting the Arabs and the Asians. And we're not particularly friends with the Arabs. They are very selfish, but we get along well with Asians. No society is perfect. And if money was so important, why can't everyone have it? If money was so important, you'd rather give hoes the money than a responsible male to raise good families? That's Americans' whole ass attitudes, folks. The land of taking advantage of and never recycle back. Only if you're in certain cliques and certain family members, you can enjoy the American way of life. But that shit is over. We about to turn this around, and these women that does nothing but value them bodies, that's cheap. Bodily pleasures is cheap, and if you live in your whole life off of using your bodily fluids to accumulate material wealth, and then say God this, God that, you have completely lost your purpose in life, and you have God and religion fucked up, because you're not going to be able to just be using men like this and say, oh God this, oh God that, I really hate men, but keep them giving me stuff because that's what they're supposed to do. No, you have to have a better personality. And if I told you you're not my type, you just not my type because you either hide too much, you're not consistent with religion, or you don't really consistently think about the impact overall that you all make when there's more women than men. The Queen of England has now threatened the world with World War III now that her antics are out. But from what I see, she's going to die without obtaining America, which she worked so hard and trying to capture back for the British Empire. But it's not going to happen, baby. It's just not going to happen. America is here to stay. And you African American and minority women needs to get your head out your butt, because you're following the wrong people and you have no perception in time and past, and you cannot predict the future. All you do is gossip and make a mess. Get y'all lazy asses on the side. Only if you're serious about making progress. Stay in position. And the rest of you all think the meaning of life is to gather material wealth. You've lost the whole point of existence. You've lost the whole point. You're lost, not us. You need our spirituality. You can't take it with you.